What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Dan, and I'm back with another podcast episode, man. This week, man, we're talking week 1 of the NBA playoffs, and then we're gonna talk a little Champions League at the end, bro. But man, I was supposed to drop last week, and then it was audio issues last week, so I'm sick about that, bro. I couldn't drop. It was a great episode. Last week we did the top 50 players through 21 that Inside the NBA was doing. Like I said, there was audio issues, so when I was doing the editing, during like 16 minutes into the video, the audio had cut off. I was sick, bro, cause it was a good talks about who we had and who Inside the NBA had. If you don't know who Inside the NBA is, it's Kennysmith, Shaquilleoneal, and Charlesbarkley, and Ernie Johnson, my bad. And I did them because, it's their last season of Inside the NBA. So I was like, man, why not do them, bro? So I'm back to using this microphone instead of the new one I had tried on. So, but we're going to go straight to it, go back to it, man. I was screen recorded. I'm going to screen record again. And we're just gonna do it from top 20 on instead of going top 50 because I want to still talk about other things this week, and I want to catch some of the games later on today, so I want to do the whole 50 list. But I'm gonna do 20 through 1. So I'm gonna screen record right now. Arsenal's I want to talk all England teams. So just for the UK engagement, Arsenal tied 2 games so far. Tied 1 game, 2 games. They won from own goal last week. It was own goal. I forgot who. It was a striker from Brazil, Gabriel Martinelli. I hope I said his name right, but the Brazilians went crazy, man. Vinicius, Rafinha, now Martinelli, he scored. Hopefully they could do good in the World Cup, man. That's my team. I mean, that's not my team, but that's like one of my teams to watch because Neymar is my favorite player. But hopefully, man, the Brazil do good next big tournament because they did bad in the Copa. They did bad. Rafinha and Vinicius did not perform. Gabriel Martinelli did not perform, but they won that game versus some team I don't feel like pronouncing. Then they beat PSG 2-0. Happy for that game. They beat PSG because, we don't rate with PSG. Even though I visited their stadium when I was out there. It was a nice stadium. But after they did the big 3 dirty, we don't rate with them. And then they also tied with Atalanta, the Europa team. Europa winners last year. They tied with them. And Arsenal's 3rd place in the Premier League. So, they doing good. Those 4 teams I named, Liverpool, Man City, Arsenal, Aston Villa, they're doing good in both leagues, man. So England teams are doing well in both leagues. Hopefully, we'll see who makes it further. But yeah. All right, so you see how 21 was Jimmy Butler. We left off at 21 being Jimmy Butler, even though there was no episode last week. Y'all just see the last 4, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21. So if y'all guessing, just go to Bleacher Report if y'all want to see the list. Go to bleacherreport.com and search, or just go the Bleacher Report. That's all I was on the Bleacher Report app, and I just sent it to myself. So if you got the Bleacher Report app, just search up Inside the NBA's top 50 teams, or just search up top 50 players. My bad, I said teams. Top 50 players, Bleacher Report, Inside the NBA, something like that. Y'all search that up, y'all find it. But now, here for the moment we've been waiting for, Inside the NBA's official top 20. 20, Paul George. Paul George can't. I'll say that's valid. Hopefully he gets back healthy and he plays next week. He had bone bruise on his knee. The last preseason game, I believe, or 2 preseasons, the last 2, I don't remember. But he didn't play yesterday. And I'm sick, though, because I had predictions. But it doesn't matter, bro. We had predictions that we didn't get to hear because of the audios. But it's cool. We ain't for the trip about that. That was last week. But yeah, he didn't play yesterday versus the Bucks, and they really needed him. They didn't end up winning, so They need him badly, but Paul George, 20, can't be mad at that. What they say about him, I can read. After 5 seasons with the Clippers, he averaged 23 points, 4.5 assists, 3 threes, shooting 39% from deep. Paul George joined the Philadelphia 76ers to turn a dynamic duo into a big three. Yes, Joel Embiid and Tyrese Maxey. On paper, this fit couldn't be much better. Maxey and Embiid booked in a traditional starting lineup at the 1 and 5, and both likely to do pretty much damage inside the 3-point line. George is still one of the league's best volume floor scorers and opponent's second or third best defenders. He should be able to get to the rim plenty too. I'm excited about my Sixers, Barkley said, especially the addition of Paul George. It's not hard to see why he was as a 3 or 2B. George should be in for a big season. Oh, so only Shaq was the only one that had him in the top 20. Had him at 18. Barkley had about 31. Kenny had 23. Number 19, Victor Wembanyama. Victor Wembanyama, man, a Frenchman. His family's from the Congo. Victor, he's one of my favorite players now. I know his future is gonna be bright, man. Just wait till when he's in his prime, bro. Like after Curry and after KD's retired, Victor's gonna be the guy. My favorite player for sure. But Victor Wembanyama is 19. Let's check what's said about him. Inside the NBA, maybe a little lower on Victor Wembanyama than consensus, but they weren't able to keep him out of the top 20. Victor averaged 21 points. When I read the points, I just read them how I would think. I average them out. I'm not gonna say the point fours and all that just for time's sake. I'm just gonna average them out. He averaged 21 points, 11 rebounds, 4 assists, 4 blocks, and 2 threes. As a rookie, his rise is undeniable. He's already the scariest shot blocker in the league. Yes, he should have won Rookie of the Year last year over Rudy Gobert, stamping that. He could score at all 3 levels. His passing was an underappreciated aspect of his first campaign, and now with Chris Paul, now his team should get significantly easier looks than he did in 2023-2024. In fact, the only thing that would really hold him back on the list is Shaq and his tough standards for fellow centers. When asked about the big men having Wemby outside his top 30, Barkley said Shaq is never gonna put anyone who's a big guy high enough. Okay. Big year for Wemby. Hopefully he gets Defensive Player of the Year this year. Hopefully they get more wins than last year. I don't know about playing, but they're definitely gonna improve in wins. Shaq had him at 31. Wow. And Kenny's the only one that had him inside the 20, top 20. He had him at 13. Barkley had him at 22. 18, Kyrie Irving. Great season last year. Led the team. Him and Kyrie led the team to the finals. Sick about his finals performance. I didn't think it would be that bad, but man, them Boston fans really got to him. Well, and the Boston defense on him, Drew Holiday and Derek White, but he'll be back. 18. Kyrie Irving has been one of the NBA's best, most dynamic on-ball creators and scorers. After tremendously few years with the Brooklyn Nets, he settled into a perfect role as a high-volume second option along lukadoncic. Over his season and a half with the Dallas Mavericks, Kyrie averaged 26 points, 5 assists, 3 threes, with shooting 41% from deep. He was a crucial part of Dallas' run to the finals last year. After a while, he's probably entering the post-prime portion of his career. Irving creativity, offensive skill set will still be a big factor in the 2024-25 season. With opponents being forced to focus so much defensive attention on Doncic, Kyrie's often able to exploit perimeter players who simply aren't equipped to score on him. So he's what? This is 18. Okay. Barkley had him at 18, O'Neal 17. Wow, Kenny 30. Wow, that's crazy. So Barkley got a spot on. Kenny, damn. But yeah. Kyrie 18. Not bad. Not mad at that. 17, who they got? Paolo? I mean, yeah, I see Paolo. Paolo had a great first game versus Miami. He dropped like 30 so. I see Paolo. 17, Paolo Banchero. Paulo Banchero was one of the least efficient scorers in NBA last season, but he had a coming out party in the first round playoff series against the Cleveland Cavaliers. The Orlando Magic eventually lost in 7 games, but Banchero averaged 27 points, 9 rebounds, 4 assists, and 2 threes while shooting 40% from deep. Showing that kind of point forward upside on the game's biggest stage as a 21-year-old, it was encouraging for the Magic fans, who have to be expected even more of the breakout after the addition of some experience. I think they're going to be very good, Barkley said of Banchero's squad. I think going out and getting Kentavious Caldwell-Pope is going to help, is really help them. They got a bunch of young guys. He's going to bring great veteran leadership in there. KCP will indeed bring a steady hand to the rotation as well as the desperately need floor spacing. With defense having to pay a little more attention to the three-point line, Banchero should get some easier looks at the basket. Yeah. Barkley 16, O'Neal 26. Smith 21. So Barkley's the only one that had him in the top 20. 16, Ja Morant. Ja Morant's looking to be ascending to the face of the league strategy before suspensions and a shoulder surgery, leaving him to 70 appearances over the last 2 seasons. The creative tour has definitely impacted his standing around the league, especially in the eyes of Smith, who would have had him in the top 5, but the last 2 campaigns had been a little smoother. One of Smith's 6 factors, there's really only one in question right now. You can't lead your team if you're not playing, and you're doing things off the court that don't allow you to play, Smith says, so your leadership is in question. If Ja answers the question this season and produces the way it typically has, typically has averaging 27 points, 8 assists, 6 rebounds since the start of the 21-22 season. Memphis could be back in the mix of the title. He's gonna make everyone better because if he's going to make their responsibilities less. And Smith said Memphis is a top 4 team if he's healthy. I don't think Memphis will be a top 4 seed this year. I don't think they will be. I think they could be 6, under 6th or play-in. I'm not too sold on Memphis. Yeah, I don't understand. Dillon Brooks was a key factor on the on the Grizzlies team. He was a starting 3 guard. Now they're running 3 guard lineup with Jared Jackson and Zach Edey. When does Jared Jackson come back? Zach Edey. So losing Dillon Brooks is going to be huge. So I don't see him a top 4 team. Barkley had a 27, O'Neal 22, Katie 12. So Katie's the only one that had him in the top 20. 15, Bam Adebayo. The Inside NBA crew is higher on Bam Adebayo than just about every other outlet, with Barkley having him all the way up at his number 12 on his individual list. His mental toughness makes him special, Barkley said, and it's not too hard to see where the description is coming from when you watch the Miami Heat. On a team that struggles with availability, Bam Adebayo has played 70+ games in each of the last 2 seasons. He's the anchor of a perennially scout defense. He's more capable of switching onto the perimeter than most bigs, and even in the league when centers are increasingly empowered to create for others. He's still one of the best passers at his position. Since the start of the 1920 campaign, Adebayo has averaged 19 points, 10 rebounds, 4 steals, 4 assists, 1 steal, 1 block. 15. Okay, so Kenny didn't even have him in the... Damn, Kenny disrespecting Bam like that? 29, but Barkley had him at 12, Shaq had him at 20. Damn, Kenny. 14, Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson meteoric rise from 2nd round pick to NBA backup. To start, it may have peaked in 2023-24 when he averaged 29 points and 7 assists and finished 5th in MVP voting. Has also surprised plenty of fans and analytics with at least one notable sensation. I watched him since high school, and all he has been is a winner. Kenny said, nothing that he's doing is surprising me because he's always been a winner. If there's another level for Brunson to reach, the New York Knicks are undoubtedly title contenders. With Mikal Bridges, Karl-Anthony Towns, and now on the team, it's safe to assume we'll see slightly less offensive volume from Brunson. Of course, that doesn't keep him out of the top 15, and with a little more help on that end of the floor, he should be able to focus a little more on lifting others rather than getting his own shot. That in turn should lead to plenty more winning for Brunson. Barkley didn't even have him in the top 20. Shaq had him at 14. Kenny had him at 18. So Shaq was right on. 13, Devin Booker. Damn, Book 27 now. One of the most consistent scorers in the league, Devin Booker has quietly averaged 25 plus points in each of the last 6 seasons, and he was at 24.9 the year before the streak started. That's still 25. Like I said, you averaged that out. That's 25. Only 12 players in the league history has more 25 plus point per game seasons in their first 9 years in the league, and only 7 of those 12 played in the three-point era. Booker has developed into more of a scorer too last season when he was often tasked with being the Phoenix Suns primary creator. He was averaging a career high 7 assists. Now we need him to go back to his primary position as a shooting guard. Point guard, we got Tyus Jones this year, which he played great yesterday versus the Clippers with the overtime dub. And he applied up all his production while often playing with other on-ball stars. I think he gets shortchanged even with me because he plays with Kevin Durant and Chris Paul. Kevin Durant and Bradley Beal, and then before that he was with Chris Paul. Kenny Smith said, he's always been with someone who had a big load. As Durant entered his age 36 campaign, there's a real chance for Booker to assert himself as the unquestioned alpha for the title contenders. Barkley had him 13, O'Neal had him 13, Kenny Smith had him 17. So Barkley and O'Neal, right on. 12, Anthony Davis. List is good. List is not bad so far, I ain't gonna lie. The list hasn't been bad so far, that's why I haven't been saying anything. Anthony Davis was a top 10 MVP vote in 3 of his last 5 seasons with the New Orleans Pelicans, but hasn't picked a single vote over his last 4 campaigns. Being a clear number 2 can certainly change the perception of you around the league. He shouldn't be a number 2, bro. He should be a number 1. He just never assert himself to be a number 1 option. But game 1, he played amazing. Versus Rudy Gobert, Fed the defensive player of the year. But Davis has somewhat quietly had one of the league's most dynamic two-way forces over the last 2 seasons, averaging 25 points, 13 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 blocks, 1 steal per game. In the same stretch, the Los Angeles Lakers has been a plus 3.3 per 100 possessions with AD on the floor and a minus 3.4 when he's off. And his ability to impact the game on both ends of the floor is a big part of why he's rounded out of Barkley's individual top 10. He's a terrific all-around player, Barkley said. He could dominate the game in different ways. You cannot be a great player if you can't win a game in multiple ways. You can win offensively, defensively, rebounding, and scoring. Barkley had him 10, Shaq 12, Smith 19. So Shaq was right on. Shaq haven't had any quotes yet. 11, Anthony Edwards. Me personally, I still think Devin Booker is better than Anthony Edwards, me personally. But y'all know, y'all like to jump the wave because he beat them in the playoffs and all that. But me personally, I'm still taking Devin Booker. Drop in the comments who y'all got. We may not see Anthony Edwards outside the top 10 on lists like this for much longer. If he becomes more of a leader, Smith said he could easily be 2 or 3 next year. Wow. When asked if he thinks Ant can become the face of the league, Barkley said, I do. After his last couple seasons and post-seasons, it's easy to buy into the hype. In 3 playoff runs, Edwards has averaged 28 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists, 3 steals, 3 threes, 2 steals, 1 block per game. No one in the NBA history matched or exceeds all 6 of those marks for their careers. If you drop the qualifier for for 3 per game. LeBron James is the only one named to be added, only name added to that list. Already one of the most excited scorers in NBA, Edwards has improved his playmaking ability in recent seasons too. And when he locked in defensively, his defense can neutralize an opposing star. He may be in a bit of an adjustment with Julius Randle heading to the Minnesota Timberwolves. He holds the ball a little more than Cat, as it's hard to imagine anything slowing Edwards' rise. Yes, I do think it's going to be a little adjustment for them after watching game 1. Even though I knew this before game 1, Julius Randle game is like Anthony Edwards. They need the ball, and Cat didn't really need the ball. Cat was spot up 3. So it's going to be a lot of adjusting. I don't know about what was they? They were a 3rd seed last year. They could probably be a 4th seed, 5th seed. I don't know if they'll be better than last year. I don't think so. But I love Julius Randle's game, bro. But Kenny Smith had 11. He was spot on. Shaq had him 9. Barkley had him 14. 10. Jason Tatum at 10? Wow. Ooh. I know he saw this. Boston Celtics fans are going to love this placement. Yeah, they won't. Over the last 5 years, Nikolajokic is the only NBA player with more postseason wins over replacement player than Jason Tatum. In the same stretch in the regular and post-season combined, Boston is a whooping plus 2,775 points when Tatum is on the court and no one raw plus minus is higher. Dang. And just one more note on this half-decade sample. Since the start of the 2019-20 campaign, Tatum has been one of the league's most consistent available stars and averaging 27 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 threes, while shooting 37% from deep. So how is he just barely cracking his top 10? Well, for one thing, Boston perennial success is more about the strength of the collective than an individual superstar for years, and especially during the last season's title-winning campaign, the Celtics had rotation packed with top 50, 60 players. They're like a supercharged version of the 2003-2004 Detroit Pistons, and that may suppress Tatum's individual production a bit. On a worse team, he might put up more numbers. He also not quite the electronic offensive engine the sum of the others in the top 10 are. He has to control every facet on that end, like Jokic and Doncic too. Then Boston fans will rightfully point out that he's underrated on defense and that he should get more credit for leading his teams to so many wins at such a young age. And what this might all be setting up is a heck of a proven year from a player who really should need one. Barkley had him 11. Barkley had him 7. Barkley had him 7. Shaq had him 11. Kenny had him 7. That's crazy. I didn't think it would be 10. So they got Jaylen Brown higher, or we already got Jaylen Brown? I don't remember. Jaylen Brown 9. Finals MVP got to go higher. Eastern Conference MVP got to be higher than his teammate. Y'all saw Giannisantetokounmpo said Jaylen Brown's the best player in the NBA. He said whoever's at the top of the mountain at the end is the best player. He had a point though. I see why he said that, but he had a point. Jaylen Brown won Finals MVP. He won a championship. He's the best player in the league. He had a point. This may be one of the biggest surprises of this exercise. Tatum has been almost universally accepted as Boston's best player for the last 5 or so years. But after Jaylen Brown won both Eastern Conference Finals MVP and Finals MVP, there may suddenly be a debate. Smith still had Tatum one spot above Brown, citing his physicality and ball handling, but the big men Shaq and Barkley flipped those two, each having Brown one spot ahead. When asked what separates those two, Barkley said not much. I could have flip-flopped those, but he had it. But Jaylen had just won it Finals MVP, so I got him there. Shaq put it more simple. Brown was the guy on the way to the championship. He low-key was. Like, Brown was going crazy in the playoffs more than Tatum. Although Tatum has certainly had his playoff moments, there is something to be said for the way Brown has risen to some huge moments over the course of his career. It's not easy to measure, but Brown has that sort of Mamba mentality that former players and plenty of fans understandably love. His 23 points 7 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals, and no, I keep missing, 2 threes and 1 steal per game over the last 4 postseasons are nice, but it's those intangibles that are really driving Brown's placement here. Barkley 6, Smith 8, O'Neal 10. Wow, so we got the duo out the way. 8, Kevin Durant. The Kevin Durant disrespect, bro. Kevin Durant is easily top 5. Let's read what they got to say. Everybody always say KD. A handful of important indicators, including points per game and effective field goal percentage dropped last season. But Kevin Durant continues to defy traditional notions of aging in the NBA, especially when you consider his injury history. Last year, Kevin Durant averaged 27 points, the 3rd highest mark ever in an age 35 campaign or older campaign. He shot 52% from the field. Jeez. 41% from the 3. And when the Phoenix Suns playing plenty of minutes without a traditional point guard, he also chipped 5 assists per game. With Tyus Jones and Monte Morris now in the fold, scoring should be easier than it was in 2023-24 season. Both can create an open catch and shot opportunity for David, and both are good enough outside shooters to command some defensive attention when KD is handling the ball. So even if he doesn't have the same defensive prowess that he used to as Durant, as Smith said, Durant is still easily a pretty call for top 10. Shaq 6. Come on, Shaq. You know he top 5. Kenny 9. Y'all know he top 5. Barkley 8. So Kenny the only one that got his spot right, even though he's still wrong. Oh, no, Barkley got it right. 8. Shea Gildas 7. Shea should be top 5 because Shea should have won MVP. After finishing second in MVP voting in 2023-24, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander enters this season apparently still having plenty to prove. Despite Barkley saying he does definitely deserve some more love, SGA finds himself outside inside the NBA's crew top 5 because Chuck has him at 8, Shaq has him at 9. Of course, that has a lot to do with the ability of the player in front of him. The Oklahoma City Thunder only having one playoff series win, Gilgeous-Alexander at the helm is likely a factor too. These 3 earning it often means team success. But in his explanation for why SGA is in his personal top 5, Smith analyzed well what made the Thunder guard so good. Shea is a number 4 because of his ability to affect the game in so many ways. Smith says he creates a pace for the game beyond anyone else's. The ability to slow everything down and play each possession at his own pace, keep defense off guard, and makes him a nightmare to continue. With Josh getting now on the Chicago Bulls, SJ will be able to control even more possessions. It's hard to imagine his scoring average climbing much higher than the 31 points he averaged over the last 2 seasons, but his assists could come up from 6, and he put him over the same span. That happens. OKC gets a little deeper in the playoffs. It's harder to keep Shea Gilgeous-Alexander out of the top 5 much longer. Shea Alexander is my MVP pick, if y'all didn't know. We will be discussing awards later this episode. Barkley 9, O'Neal 8, Smith 4. Number 6, Stephen Curry. The Golden State Warriors who missed the playoffs in 23-24, but it's hard to fault Stephen Curry, who, as Shaq accurately put, is still the best shooter in the game. Yes, he is. When Stephen Curry was on the floor, the Warriors had a point differential around of a 50-win team compared to one around that of a 40 team when he was off. Although his numbers went on after the All-Star break, Curry still averaged 26 points, 5 assists, and a league leader 5 threes per game, while shooting 41% from deep. With a beefed up supporting cast that now includes Buddy Hield, Kyle Anderson, and DeAnthony Melton, it's fair to expect top 6 impact for Stephen Curry. 5 Barkley, Shaq had him at 4. Kenny had him at 10. Bugging. LeBronjames at 5. It's generally observed for a soon-to-be a 40-year-old forward to have a reasonable case to be considered a top 5 player in the NBA. That's the exact what LeBron James has. Last season, LeBron James appeared in 71 games, his highest total since 2017-18. He averaged 26 points, 8 rebounds, 8 assists, 7 rebounds. Nikolajokic and Lukadoncic were the only players who matched or exceeded all 3 marks. Dang, that's crazy. And LeBron's career high, 41% 3-point percentage, topped the long distance marks of both of those MVP candidates. He's not as explosive as he was in his prime. He can't overpower defenders quite like he used to, but LeBron's awareness is as good as it is as ever been. His jumper is sharp, and he's still good enough at controlling individual positions to warrant this rank. He would even be higher if not Barkley, who was the only member of the inside crew who had him outside his top 10. Smith had him at second, but Barkley said, "We're not living in the past, baby. We're living in the present." When asked why he had LeBron at 11, it could make some fun debates between the two throughout the season. Shaq the only one I got it right. 5 is perfect. He's not 11. He's LeBron's top 10 for sure. He's not 11, and he's not 2. Shaq got it right. 5. 4, Joel Embiid. Joel Embiid has already come out and said he doesn't expect to play in back-to-back games for the rest of his career. Let me know what y'all think about that, man. I think that's crazy to say. I know he's 30, but like, dang, but he wants to be healthy for the playoffs. I respect that. But you costing yourself games, bro. I know you don't want to win no more awards. You just want to win a trophy, but dang. All right, they're your decision. Injuries limited him to 39 regular season games to 23-24, and he's finishing postseason banged up has become the norm. Yeah, he's always been banged up in the playoffs, but the votes of inside the NBA guys, he's not even playing right now. Like, he's not even playing now. He didn't even play preseason. After playing the Olympics, he didn't play the preseason, and he missed game 1. He missed the first week. Like, how you play the Olympics but not? Never mind. I mess with Embiid. I like Embiid. I think he would be better than Joker if he would stay healthy. But the votes of the inside NBA guys added to enough points to keep Embiid in the top 5 and part of because Smith had him over Luka. What separates Joel from Luka is physicality, he said. He's so physical. He's so physically gifted that you have to double team him every possession. Now, I think teams at times will maybe we could guard Luka one-on-one, but they never say that. Joel never. Playing and being straight up inside the 3-point line is almost guaranteed to lead to either a decent look or a trip in the free throw line. His ability to draw corner form or shoot over anyone is why he has the highest per possession scoring average of all time, Luka 3rd. But putting the ball in the basket isn't the only reason Embiid is here. He's a dominant defensive anchor when engaged. Last season, he was more of a dynamic passer. He averaged 6 assists, averaged double-figure rebound in each of his last 7 seasons. The healthy qualifier is one of the big one with Embiid, but if he's healthy, he can look like the best player in the world on any given night. O'Neal had him at 5, Smith had him at 4, Barkley got it right. Barkley has gotten it a lot right. This time 4. 3, Lukadoncic. So it's basically Luka, Embiid. No, Luka, Tatum. Oh my God, I'm tweaking. Luka, Giannis, and Joker. Luka 3. That's what I think it's going to be. We might get sort of a known for outrageous production of Lukadoncic. In the 23-24, he put an truly outrageous 34 points, 10 rebounds, 10 assists, 9 rebounds per game. Could have got MVP with them numbers. Jeez. It was his 5th season in a row in which he averaged at least 27 points, 8 assists, 8 boards. That's already tied up with Oscar Robertson for the all-time lead in 27, 8, and 8 seasons. The rest of the list, LeBron James, James Harden, Russell Westbrook, and Michael Jordan has combined for 5. Luka may be making his numbers seem normal, but they're most certainly not normal. And now that he is taking the team all the way to the NBA Finals, it's pretty tough to pick any part of Luka's resume. You got to win now, and you got to get MVP. And just about any other NBA basketball, he's be a no-brainer pick for number 1. Just happened to be in his nearly prime when 2 players who are top 15, 20 all-time are already in theirs. Barkley had him 2. Shaq had him 3. Kenny had him 6. Shaq was right with this one. Number 2, Giannis. Giannis Antetokounmpo, of course, is one of those top 15, 20 all-timers. He should be at or near the peak of his powers in 24-25. Last season, he finished top 4 in the MVP voting for the 6th straight season and became the first player in the NBA history to average 30-plus points and 60+% shooting. He's one of the most dominant rebounders in the league. He just averaged a career high of 7 assists. He eclipsed both 1 block or 1 steal per game in 8 of his last 9 campaigns, and he led the Milwaukee Bucks to the title in 2021. He can certainly impact the pace of the game, particularly when he gets transition opportunities. He's the one guy who can change all of those things to best to me. Smith said, to be honest, he's the top player in the league because he can change the game in 6 ways. Or at least he's Smith's top player in the league. The 2 big men in the inside there went with extremely mannered Serbian center who has the 2nd round pick back in 2014. They're far from alone. So Shaq was the only one that got it right. 2, Barkley got it 3, Kitty had about 1. Number 1, nikolajokic. With Barkley and O'Neal both voted for Joker, the MVP. I had to add that. Beach Report is that they're enjoying virtually each of other major outlets and declare him the best player in the world. Consistency is about as clear as this as it was peak of LeBron or Michael Jordan dominance. It's not hard to see why there's such wide agreement on this. No one elevates teammates like Joker does. No one manipulates defense like he does. He touches within 10 feet of the rim is as good as that or any NBA player we've ever seen. The days of the best passing big takes are behind us. He's firmly in the best pass of all-time conversation. Over the last 4 years, he's won 3 MVPs. No, and B should have had 1 and Shea should have had 1. Has a good argument for his 4 based on either basic or advanced numbers and product at almost comical levels. Since the start of the 21 campaign, Joker has averaged 26 points, 12 rebounds, 9 assists, 1 steal, 1 block in 34 minutes per game while posting 66 true shooting percentage. That's 9 points clear of the league average. As Shaq said, when he put him at number 1 on his list, he does everything well. He does everything right. There's simply no answer for Joker. If anyone gets anywhere near the kind of help his supporting cast is able of providing, Denver should be very much in the mix of another title. Barkley and Shaq 1, Kenny 3. All right, y'all. Let me know what y'all think about those ratings. I give that list a B. Felt like Shea at 6, I think. No, Shea was at 7. Kind of confusing, but I feel like he should have been top 5. But then again, you would take out LeBron and Curry because Curry was at 6. KD should have been higher. But man, they're not. It's a young player league now, man. Those 34s and ups age players, they ain't get their love no more as much as they deserve it. Because y'all saw game 1, KD did his thing. Curry almost had a triple-double. Did his thing. But you know, man, that's all for that. For that, we'll go and do predictions. We'll do predictions of this week's games. I gotta look who's playing Saturday and Sunday. But yeah, we do predictions of those games. We're just going to do the national TV games. So today, San Antonio versus Dallas. I got to go with Dallas. Klay Thompson's first game. MVP favorite, lukadoncic, Kyrie Irving. We just talked about those 2. But going up against Victor and Chris Paul, we'll see how that goes. Hopefully it's a close game by the time I turn it on. But I got Dallas winning that game for sure. OKC versus Denver tonight. Ooh, that's going to be a good game at Denver. Russell Westbrook's first game as a Denver Nugget. We didn't talk too much about him. He wasn't on the list. Nikolajokic versus Shaquilleoneal, number 1 and 2 in MVP voting last season. I got OKC winning that game, man. Could they come into Mile High? Close game. That game going to be a close game. 1 possession down the wire. Probably the team win by 5 or under. Yeah, OKC won in that game, though. Friday, Indiana Pacers at New York Knicks will rematch of the second round. Yep, second round series that Indiana ended up stealing. I say New York gets the revenge tomorrow, and they get their win. They get the win at Madison Square Garden. Brunson, Cat have a big game, probably 25 for Brunson, 20 and 10 for Cat. Cat has to be big. He has to be big this game. Miles Turner's going to be on the other side waiting for him, man. And Tyrese Halliburton got to know that Jalen Brunson's on the other side waiting for him, too. That's going to be a great game. Can't wait to tune in on that. I got the Knicks winning. Phoenix Suns versus the Los Angeles Lakers, man. We get another game of Kevin Durant versus LeBron James. That's going to be a good game. The Lakers are favored in that game, but don't mind that spread. Take the Suns because the Suns will win that game. Offensively, Lakers, game 1 didn't play that well offensively versus the Timberwolves. Timberwolves wasn't making their shots. The Lakers were playing great defense, though. I would lie. JJ Redick had a great debut. They got the dub. Anthony Davis was too much to handle. Anthony Davis is going to be a force this year if JJ Redick gives him the number 1 option like he did game 1. But I still think the Suns will win that game just because their depth. The Lakers aren't deep at all. That's what caused them this year. Like what Anthony Edwards told his old teammate Jared Vanderbilt, yo, you've been hurt for 2 years. So Jared Vanderbilt got to find his way to get on the court. That's depth for the Lakers. Christian Wood got to find a way to get on the court. That's depth. So I got the Suns still in that game. Close game. Hopefully the Suns don't fold like they did last year versus the Lakers because they were better than the Lakers last year, bro. Saturday games. 3 NBA TV games. LA Clippers versus Denver Nuggets. Ooh. Russell Westbrook is already playing versus his old team, but it's at Denver. I got Denver winning that game. Speaking of the Suns and Clippers game yesterday, Clippers impressed me. I ain't gonna lie. I still don't think they're a playoff team, which sucks because they got their new stadium. That would be nice for them to be a playoff team. Oh man, that stadium was amazing. I love their stadium or arena, my bad. But with Kawhi not being able to play in a lot of games this year, I don't know if James Harden can lead the team. Maybe to a play-in game, but I don't know if they're making the playoffs. And not making the playoffs will give Oklahoma City Thunder their pick. But I think they'll be a play-in team. Maybe 9-10. But they impressed me yesterday with their defense, but they couldn't make shots in the first half. James Harden didn't make a shot in the first half, but he took over second half, allowing them to come back. But Suns got the dub. But defensively, the Clippers look good to me. I ain't gonna lie. They did good. They wasn't allowing a lot of DHOs. A lot of backdoors. They wasn't allowing all that. But I got Denver winning that game. Orlando versus Memphis. Ooh, that's going to be a good game. I got Orlando winning that game. I honestly do. I think Paulo Banchero is going to be too much to handle for Zach Edey if Zach Edey decides to guard him. Or since Jared Jackson's not playing, I don't know who's they're starting for. Or the dude from Spain. I think Paulo has a great game. France have a good defensive game. I got Orlando winning that. Sacramento Kings versus the Los Angeles Lakers. If y'all don't know, Sacramento, Domantas Sabonis is undefeated versus Anthony Davis. And I think that streak ends Saturday. I think the Lakers win that game and Anthony Davis dominates and gets his first win versus Domantas Sabonis. So I got them. And Sunday there's no, oh, this is crazy. Sunday there's no NBA game. I mean, there's no national TV game. But that's what we got for those games. We'll predict those games. And what should we cover next? We'll do a quick little Champions League. Champions League was amazing this week. Oh, man. Amazing games from the Spain La Liga teams. Oh, man. Barcelona played versus Bayern Munich. Real Madrid versus Dortmund. Borussia Dortmund was a rematch of the finals of the last year's Champions League. and Borussia Dortmund had them up 2-0 at 34 minutes in. I thought Real Madrid came in attacking. I said, okay, Madrid's going to score in the first half. You know, they don't score in the first half. They settle in the first half, you know, be nonchalant and laid back. I thought they was going to score in the first half. But then the first goal happened. I said, okay. Then the second goal, it was like bad defense. It was like no one was covering the backside of the cross. I believe it was a cross or it was a pat. I think it was a cross. Was it a cross? I can't remember. But no one was guarding the backside of it, and they allowed it go. I think that was Eden Milito's spot where they scored on him. So, but yeah, they missed that backside shot. Defense, they didn't get them, but they was down 2-0. 59th minute, I believe. Mbappe, he people say he struggled. He struggled. He missed his 3 shots goal. He had 1 shot. Oh, it would have went in. It would have went in if the defender, the last defensive player wasn't there. It would have been a great goal. But I guess he struggled, to you guys' opinion. I think he's still settling down. I don't think we should start putting pressure on Mbappe, even though he's on Real Madrid. The pressure is going to be on him until like February, bro. He's still taking time to adjust to this new team, bro. He didn't play the preseason games at all with Real Madrid. So by the time February starts, beginning of February, when the knockout stage starts, that's when he needs to start taking over and stuff like that. But I feel like he's doing not bad with the squad, but he's doing decent. But he crossed it to Anthony Rugler. Anthony Rugler had a header, scored off that. Then the second play, he didn't have an assist because he had the ball, and the defender kicked it towards, like, you know, he defended it towards the opposite way. But Vinicius Jr. was there, scored the goal. Vinicius scored his first goal. Then the second to tie the, no, that was to tie the game 2-2. Then 3-2, Rodrigo tracked down the ball, and Rodrigo hurt his thigh, I believe, or hamstring that play. He tracked down the ball. He passed it to Lucas Vasquez. Lucas Vasquez kicked a great strike in the box, and he scored. He scored that, did the ice in his veins. That gave him a 3-2 lead. And then Vinicius scored. How did Vinicius score his 4th goal again? Because the 5th goal, he took it close from the back. How did he score his 4th goal? I don't remember how Vinicius scored his 4th goal. Damn, how did he score? Wow, we can't remember how Vinicius scored that 4th goal. But damn, I'm so mad at it's drawing blank to me. But I remember the 5th goal, they called it Jude Bellingham's assist. Jude Bellingham, he took it, he slid tackle defender and then went to Vinicius, and Vinicius took that from the opposing side all the way to his their side of the field to the opposing side of the field, and he scored off that. So that was a 4-2. Then he scored his 5th goal. I don't remember if 5th or 4th goal. I lost track. I don't remember how it went. But they scored a hat-trick, and then the next day, Barcelona played 4-1. They started off the game, Rafinha scored. It was a defensive collapse with Barcelona. I low-key thought, well, when Barcelona scored, that was the first minute Rafinha scored. That was a defensive collapse from Bayernmunich. Then the way Bayernmunich was attacking Barcelona defense was so off to me. Like, they was pressing up, so like Bayernmunich kept getting off sides because they were like always on top of it. Like they would try to score so fast because because Barcelona was always pressing forward. So I was like, some dude, Bayern's gonna end up winning this game because of Barcelona's defense. They're gonna end up catching Barcelona slipping. Like Harry Kane scored a header. It was called offsides. He was in perfect position. I don't know why he decided to move his position, which led him to be offsides. If he would have stayed in his position, he still could have got the ball and crossed it when it was crossed to him, and he could still score off the header. But it took it away. And then he ended up scoring again in the 18th minute. In the 18th minute, I believe. It was a great goal. He had the defender, the goalie fooled. And then Lewandowski scored versus old team. He scored versus old team, and then Rafinha scored It was a great assist, Rafinha's assist. I can't think of the player's name. He's a young player. Barcelona got a lot of young players this year. I didn't realize they did. But it was a great assist to Rafinha. I think that's when Rafinha kicked it through the player's leg, like he nutmegged the player. No, the defender when he scored. When he shot the ball, it went through the defender's leg. That was a great goal. And then Lamine Yamal, y'all know Lamine Yamal, one of the best players out, had an assist to Rafinha. You know he gets his assists every game. But those two games really stuck out to me, man. And then Saturday, we got the El Clasico, Real Madrid versus Barcelona, man. Drop in the comments who y'all got. I got Real Madrid winning that game, man. Yeah, I'm not even a big Madrid fan. I like soccer. I ain't gonna lie, I like football. I don't really have teams, for real. I like Arsenal, I like Madrid. But those games, man, I mean, I gotta choose Real Madrid, bro. I hope it's not a tie. You know I hate ties. I don't watch no highlights. If it ends with a tie, I tell you I don't watch it, bro. Unless it's Madrid, I ain't gonna lie. If Madrid scores in it. But that game is gonna be amazing on Saturday, man. I'm sick. I'm as part of the game due to coaching. If you didn't know, I'll be coaching this year, Plymouth High School JV team. But we got a fall league during those games. So I'm gonna be sick. I missed some of it, but I'm gonna watch part of it on my phone when I have the time. But I got Real Madrid winning that game 2-0. Hopefully Jude Bellingham, he hasn't scored yet for Real Madrid. So, you know, last year, if y'all know, Jude Bellingham had 2 game winners versus Barcelona last year. So hopefully he gets a go versus Barcelona this year. And I think Vinicius will get a go this game too. Hopefully Vinicius get a go. But I hope Jude get a go just to build his confidence up, bro. Because they've been saying a lot about him online, about his position and stuff like that. But I'm sick. Rodrigo is not playing due to that injury he suffered from that assist to Lucas Vazquez. And Angeles Cortellos is not playing either, the goalie. So they're probably going to have Lunin in. That's going to be an interesting game, man. But man, shout out to the 3 England teams though, being on top of the standings so far. Aston Villa has 9, Liverpool has 9. Liverpool's back. I ain't gonna lie, Liverpool's back. They had their down year when they didn't make the Champions League, and their last year with Cup, Club Cup, whatever y'all call them. But they're back, man. They're 3-0 so far. Aston Villa's 3-0. Aston Villa beat who they beat? They beat Liverpool. They beat Liverpool and who else? Oh, I'm tweaking. Aston Villa did not beat Liverpool. I don't know why did I say that. Oh my God. Aston Villa beat Bayernmunich. I don't know why I said Liverpool. And they beat this one team, Bologna. Look like Bologna. And they beat Young Boys. So they 3-0 so far. 3-0 so far in first place and 4th place in Premier League, 1st place in the Champions League. It's top 8 to make it to the knockout stage. Well, the bye, they get a bye. It's top 8, so hopefully Real Madrid and Barcelona. They got early L's in the Champions League, so hopefully they got plenty of games left though. The last game is in January before the knockout stage, so it's plenty of teams got time. Liverpool's also undefeated. That's why I said them, because it was on second on the standings. They beat RB Leipzig. Will they play Arsenal this week? They play Arsenal on Sunday. Ooh, I gotta watch that. 12:30. I gotta watch that. Well, that's gonna be a good game. They play Liverpool. They beat RB Leipzig, and then they beat Bologna as well, and then they beat Milan. I watched that Milan game when I was in England. Yeah, they beat Milan 3-1, and they're first place right now in Premier League. Man City's 3rd place right now. Man City, they won yesterday. Oh man, 5-0. Haaland had a great goal. What was it like? Ooh, he's mad, man. He's mad for that goal. He's mad for that goal, man. back heel mid-air. Like, come on, man. He's mad for that. I used to always debate Mbappe and Haaland. Drop who y'all got in the comments. Who's better, Mbappe or Haaland? Y'all probably gonna say Haaland just because how Mbappe's been playing. Before, y'all would say Mbappe. World Cup Mbappe was better. But, of course, y'all can say Haaland now. That won't hurt my feelings. I like both players. But they won yesterday 5-0 versus Sparta Prague, if I said that name right. Then they beat some team 4-0. And I remember they tied their rematch from the 2022 Champions League, right? Yeah, 2023 Champions League finals versus Inter Milan. And then they beat this one team 4-0. So they just play. Man City don't play nobody. Jeez. They play some teams we never heard of. So that's 3 teams. Arsenal is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ooh, they're 1 game away from the bye, first round bye. Arsenal's one of the teams. Atletico Madrid struggling right now. AC Milan struggling. Bayernmunich is struggling. There's a lot of teams, but there's plenty of time, man. Plenty of time for these teams, bro. I'm excited for Champions League, bro. I like to talk Champions League, bro. Let me know in the comments anything y'all got to say about football, man. I want to get the football UK engagement going, bro. I don't really got engagement at all. I want to get some type of engagement where it's football, basketball, NFL, college basketball. Oh, yeah, college basketball podcast next week. I'm excited for that one, man. That might be a long one, bro. We're going to talk a lot. I got a guest coming in. We're going to talk a lot next week, man. Well, man, like, share, comment, subscribe. Hopefully this audio does not mess up, bro. 'Cause I was so sick about last week's audio, man. Like, share, subscribe. Do all that, man. We'll see y'all next week, man.